This morning, people across the Commonwealth used Memorial Day to honor the ones who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And a group of veterans take part in an outing to bring awareness to the issues veterans may face after serving our nation.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
All right, it's coming up on 5:34. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning. It is Tuesday and it's a Monday for a lot of us around here. Let's take it on over to Brandon for a check of that forecast. Brandon, I just learned that some bad news for you that the sun will start setting at 9 p.m. starting on Thursday. So, man, I shouldn't have even said anything because now I feel sorry for you.
Here's the thing. Summertime is not my favorite time of the year for two reasons. Number one, daylight. Here's the thing. If you work overnight or early in the morning, it's really hard to try to go to sleep when it's still daylight outside, especially during the summertime when there's activities to be done. Plus the fact that I'm just not built for heat. I'm not built for heat, and I cannot.
I start sweating, I get mad.
Listen, when you see this 7-day, you're going to understand why it's just like, oh, really? But this morning, as we get back on track here for a second, we're looking at some pretty dense fog as a lot of people go back to work this morning. So take care out there, take it easy. We're looking at very dense fog across the majority of the region, especially at the airport sensors. Anything less than 5 on this map is dense fog. And you see Ashland, Logan, Hazard, Williamsburg, Jacksboro, all at 0 visibility this morning. So slow down. Now the Mountain Parkway in Powell County at the Wolfe County line near Slade. Not a whole lot of action up there. We'll actually take a look at our Buffalo Mountain camera here in just a minute because I noticed, not right now, but a little bit later on, because I just noticed when I looked up there that you can really see that blanket of fog looking down there from the top of the mountain at our transmitter. Temperatures 50s and 60s out there this morning. 52 Jonesville, 61 Moorhead and Ashland. And today's breakdown, we are going to see temperatures in the low 80s. Precipitation chances stay low, but they'll be here with us this afternoon as we go deeper into the day. Kind of the heat of the afternoon type deal. Mix of sun and clouds for most of the day. Watch out for that fog this morning. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you again. Well, people across the country took time on Monday to honor the men and women who lay down their lives in service of our country, including in Frankfort, where Governor Andy Beshear attended a ceremony yesterday morning. 5 names were added to the memorial that honors Kentucky National Guardsmen and women who died in the line of duty. Private John W. Hodge, Private Bernard J. Burgos, Corporal Lloyd J. George, Captain Cecil D. Butler, and Lieutenant Colonel Joseph M. Kelly. Well, these additions bring the total number of names to 291 soldiers and airmen since 1912.
Of each of our service members that we're remembering here today, I would offer for everybody that it's not just the person in uniform, but it's their family that also bears the responsibility, the burden of service.
Of the new names, one died in 1919 following federal service on the southwest border, one in 1937 following state active duty in Louisville during the Great Flood of 1937, and 3 others who died during World War II. A group of veterans walked from Richmond to Winchester to bring awareness to veteran suicide. The 7th annual Ruck Walk started at 6 o'clock yesterday morning. The group says the 22 miles and 22-pound backpack symbolize the statistical average of 22 veterans who take their own lives every day. Organizers say they want to break the stigma of asking for help. Benjamin Joint, who currently serves in the Kentucky Army National Guard, says he lost 2 friends to suicide, and when people see them out walking, it's very effective.
These are actually 2 people that I served with that have taken their own life, and so I'm just carrying their tags on this march. If they see us, supporting them, then maybe they feel like they're a bit more connected.
There's a Veterans Crisis Line. You can dial 988, then press 1 for help, or you can text 838-255. While many people may have spent Monday at home or even at the lake, Eastern Kentucky veterans and their families gathered in Perry County to pay respects to those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Staff with Paul E. Patton Eastern Kentucky Veterans Center say Memorial Day can be a tough day for some veterans, but through fun activities, they hope to brighten the days of the veterans who have experienced loss.
You will find that the veterans are very respectful to each other and the time they served, and they're very respectful to the fact that not everybody has suffered the same amount of loss. You know, these guys and gals have suffered a lot of loss, and some of them may have more so than others, and they just really look out for each other.
The Memorial Day service at the Veterans Center featured a bagpipe performance of taps, a national anthem performance, and ice cream cake for the veterans. Every year, a Memorial Day ceremony is held in Barberville to honor the sacrifices of all veterans. WYMT's RJ Johnson was at the event as the city honored those who died for our nation.
Members of the Barberville community gathered in support of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Memorial Day is all about honoring the soldiers that had went on before us that died in war. And I wanted to particularly mention my friend that I had died in war, First Lieutenant Brian Bradshaw.
Kentucky National Guard Lieutenant Colonel Jason Parton says it was an honor to speak at this event.
Well, we have to remember that our freedom is never free. Our freedom comes at a cost, and it comes at a cost to the men and women in the armed forces service that have sacrificed their life for our freedom.
They even honored 3 veterans from the Barberville area.
I was glad to get the opportunity to come here. I was glad to be asked to come and speak to the audience today, and we honored three veterans, 2 from Vietnam War and 1 from World War II.
Of those veterans was 100-year-old Paul Jones, who was a carrier pilot for the Navy during World War II.
As one of my great privileges was serving our country and being a naval aviator.
He says it was a privilege to be honored.
It's easy to forget during the year if you're not reminded occasionally, and this is a great turnout. It's quite a privilege to be up here, be part of it. I'm very thankful.
Parton says it is important to never forget where our freedoms come from.
We never need to forget why we have our freedoms. Our freedoms, because you see all these flags on these graves out here, that's the men and women that died for our country. And we need not forget those. That's something we have to pass on from generation to generation and remember this day.
Both Jones and Parton are happy to honor the lives of those who have fallen. In Barberville, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Parton says the rain held some people from coming to the event, but all of the love and support from the community he grew up in meant a lot. Well, of course, it's not just those here in the Commonwealth who honored veterans. There was a special dedication in Wayne County, West Virginia. The CK Community Center held a ceremony to dedicate its new Veterans Honor Room. Photos of local veterans were displayed around the room, showing their name, branch of the military, and the dates they served. The memorial is the first of its kind in Wayne County.
We just really got to complete it. We're still looking for more veterans pictures because it's an ongoing process. The people that's not here, if they would just send in a picture, we'll scan it. All we need is a branch of service and years served.
Well, if there's a local veteran you'd like to nominate, you can contact the board president, Larry Moore. There's no cost to nominate loved ones or to have your picture displayed. Well, just ahead this morning, an American actor opens up about his struggle with throat cancer and the serious impact it had on his health.
And meteorological summer starts on Thursday, but the hot pattern of daily weather and storm chances are already underway. I'll track the rain in about 3 minutes.